Did you see that they screwed up the first star of the game? They made it Troy Bolly instead of Dave Bolland? Yeah, I did. I don't know, I guess they got their bow names mixed up. So would you call that a false bobo? Well, this video started with a thud. I'm hilarious.
What? You serious?
Mind blown.
We need ideas.
I'm dumb. Silly hard. We get to the game, please. Leafs win 3-1 over the Philadelphia Flyers. First star of the game in his first game as a Toronto Maple Leaf, regular season anyway, Jonathan Bernier. So good. And I said it before and I'll say it again. This is how the Leafs won games last year and it's how they're going to win games this year. You show me a team with good goaltending and I'll show you a pretty good team. And they screwed up all the stars of the game. They made it Troy Bodie when they meant to put Dave Bolland. Braden Shen was second star. Bernier third? Bernier was the first star, get real. Stopped 31 of 32 shots, completely stole the game. Bernier was the first star in this win, Reimer the first star in the last win. Again, you see how the Leafs are going to win games. And I ain't gonna hate, just win. And you already see the goaltending controversy. Who's going to start the first game of the season? And it was Reimer, and he was great. And then the second game, Bernier was arguably even better. So who's going to start Saturday? Make it Reimer again. Start all over. I love this. And yeah, I would argue that Bernier did better than Reimer, but Reimer owns the Sens. Even if the Leafs lose on Saturday, based on history, you gotta go with Reimer. Anyway, back to the Leafs win against the Flyers. The Leafs, outside of Bernier, looked exhausted. Just getting outplayed by the Flyers, taking tons of like sluggish penalties, holding and stuff like that. They didn't look good. It almost looked like they consciously held back energy for the first half of the game and then poured it on a little bit more in the second half. The Leafs gave up 17 shots in the opener against Montreal, but at least they responded with 16. This game against Philly outshot 15-9 in the first. And with the exception of that dying seconds goal by Braden Shen, Bernier held down the fort. Speaking of Braden Shen, him and Lupul fought. Weird. Maybe even more weird. Did you see Jay Rosehill lose it on Colton Orr late in the game? That was like a Patrick Waugh amount of rage. And Orr and Rosehill were once teammates. As evidenced by this signed Colton Orr picture I have. There's Colton Orr, there's Jay Rosehill in the background. That's right, I have a signed Colton Orr picture. Mind. Like, I don't know if they disliked each other as they were teammates or what, but that was legitimate rage. I mean, he also might not have appreciated getting decked in the face. It's just a theory. Now, I said more often than not, if the Leafs win a game, it will be because of goaltending. Well, the way the Leafs are going to score a lot of their goals, if not the vast majority of them, is right in front. That's where Kessel got his, and that's where Bolland got both of his. Garbage goals, but the key word there is goals. And I mean, let's be a little realistic here. You shouldn't expect Dave Bolland to score for you. You shouldn't expect him to get 2 goals a game. That's not really the kind of player he is. I mean, he can contribute, but he's not an offensive juggernaut. But he has made his presence felt in Toronto already. 2 goals, and he should have had at least 1 against Montreal, maybe 2. He got robbed by Price. But he's making his presence felt. It's Bolly, bitch. Give me more, give me. Did I mention I'm getting married next summer? To make a long story short, the Leafs won. Jonathan Bernier first star. Dave Bolland looked very good. Gotta be a bit of a negative Nancy here because I gotta give some criticism. Paul Ranger not looking strong in the first game against Montreal. Probably worse against the Flyers. And that's not even from the penalty shot. I thought that before the penalty shot and that just kind of made it worse. And at some point, Morgan Rielly has to come into the lineup. I mean, you have him here, he's tagging along, you gotta play him. The only thing he's gonna develop from the press box is a love for popcorn. And my videos. I'm sure most arenas have Wi-Fi. However, you gotta remember, Paul Ranger has been away from the NHL game for several years now, and it's not gonna come back just like that. The only way he's gonna get better is if he plays. But rather than have him benched in favor of Rielly, apparently Mark Fraser left the arena last night on crutches, so Rielly may be coming in to replace him. Then again, I don't know if Carlisle wants to replace Mark Fraser with Morgan Rielly. They're not exactly the same player. What do you think is going to happen? And more importantly, question of the game, who starts Saturday, Reimer or Bernier? I mean, I have my opinion, but based on what I've seen so far, I'm cool with either of them. Because the Leafs are 2-0, have 4 points, and a lot of teams haven't even played a game yet. Happy dance. That's all for this one. Thank you very much for watching the second LFR video of the season, and thank you for watching the first one. Over 3,000 people people saw it in less than 24 hours, which is pretty good, and it looks like it's climbing. If you want to know when my videos are up right away, you can obviously follow me on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, or, probably easier, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking, you know, the subscribe button. It's the button that says subscribe. Also, like the video, leave a comment, tell me how beautiful my eyelashes are, and of course, as always, link below to the post-game blog on theleafsnation.com. That's theleafsnation.com. You must put the in front of it, because if you don't and just put in leafsnation.com, it leads to a site that just says test, and I promise you we wrote more than that. Peace. 4 points.